Welcome, fellow watchers, to Off the Cuff. In this series, I will provide a short overview of a movie or show. After a quick synopsis of that installment, I will cover details or moments that I find particularly interesting. I will not give spoilers to future episodes or installments in this series. I will only reference events taking place before the episode or the movie that I discuss. Hello again, fellow watchers. This installment is an overview of Buffy Season 1, Episode 6, The Pack. Hey, they can't all be winners, and this one certainly isn't. This episode recap is going to be like a dental exam. Let's just get this over with. The Scooby Gang are at the zoo for a field trip. There's a group of bullies led by Kyle and Spuds, but they quickly bore of trying to annoy Buffy and head straight to a nerdy student named Lance. After a bit of unimpressive bullying, Mr. Flutie, the principal, shows up to call out the bullies for being mean.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Did I ask you to speak? Okay, I guess I did, but I want the truth. Lance?
But Lance says, "We were just playing around." The bullies reward Lance for keeping them out of trouble. They escort him into the closed-off hyena exhibit. Xander sees potential trouble going down and follows after to help Lance. Buffy and Willow are about to go after them, but then the zookeeper stops them and says, "Hey, whoa, you can't go back there, it's closed off." So Xander is left alone to save the day. Also, the zookeeper is some weirdo that starts spewing odd comments about how the hyena will call your name, at which point you will be marked. Xander tries to protect Lance, but the bullies and Xander look down at the hyena, and its eyes glow green. Xander and the bullies' eyes glow green, and they all start laughing. The pack is formed. At the Bronze, Willow and Buffy talk about their crushes. Willow says she has a crush on Xander, which was kind of hinted at in previous episodes, but now it is official. Buffy hints that she's thinking a lot about Angel and almost admits to something until Xander walks in, strutting around the Bronze like an aggressive alpha male. He has new friends, his pack of howling goons. For the rest of the episode, it's just scenes of Xander and the pack doing many mean things. He breaks Willow's heart by saying he doesn't want any more math tutoring.
So I won't be needing your math help anymore, which means I won't have to look at your pasty face again.
During PE, there's a vicious battle of dodgeball. The pack decides to form a circle around Lance, who was on their team, and they smash their balls all over him. Pretty rude. The new school mascot is a little piggy.
Students, I'd like you all to meet Herbert, our new mascot for the Sunnydale High Razorbacks.
It freaks out in Buffy's hands when Xander walks by. So, Buffy tells Giles something weird is going on. Eventually, Giles agrees it's something more than Xander just being a 16-year-old boy, because they do these kinds of things. Using the mysterious Watcher books, they consider that it might be a possession of spirit animals, and if they aren't saved soon, then the group will go completely feral and lose their humanity.
I gotta find Xander.
Xander and the rest of the pack think that regular food is boring, so they decide to eat the new mascot instead. Soon after, Buffy is accosted by Xander and he tries to, YouTube doesn't let me say those kinds of things.
I like it when you're scared. The more I scare you, the better you smell.
Buffy knocks him out and puts him into a locked cage in the library. Willow stands watch. Mr. Flutie finds the pack and tells them they're getting detention, but the pack eats Mr. Flutie. Giles goes to meet the zookeeper. The zookeeper knows a heck of a lot about myths and legends and is even an expert on odd mythological and religious practices in history, even using crazy odd wacko terms that only Giles would understand, such as reverse transpositions. A short while later, Giles sees the zookeeper all dressed up like a second-rate rehearsal reject for Kiss.
I made that same mistake myself. They're called the Blue Man Group. Oh, no, I'm not in the group yet. No, I'm afraid I just blew myself.
Giles realizes that the zookeeper wants the power, and Giles springs into action. Oh, nope. Oh, never mind. Giles gets knocked out. That's a surprise. Willow is taken hostage by the zookeeper. He calls out a command and takes the power from the pack, transferring it to himself. But then, Buffy comes and throws him into the hyena pit, and the hyena eats the zookeeper. But Giles is okay.
Did I miss anything?
Thank goodness. Xander is back to his old self, and he mentions that he has no recollection of events outside of going to the hyena exhibit, and the next memory is seeing a knife at Willow's throat. He asks if he did anything untoward in any way, and Buffy says,
Nah.
Giles mentions that he knows nothing of amnesia as being a symptom based on his texts. Xander basically says, please don't tell anyone. The end. Yeah, so I pretty much hated this episode. Cordelia isn't even in it. So what do we learn in this episode? First, this feels like an episode that might have been more impactful if it was only 15 minutes long. It's not that things don't happen, but it is several variations on the same storytelling beat. The pack are becoming worse and worse as the animal spirit consumes them. I feel that these vignettes are more like filler fluff to reach the episode's required screen time instead of feeling as if there are actual character motivations that propel events to new storytelling. For this episode at least, Willow has a crush on Xander. I don't know if this continues. There may have been some clues to Willow's feelings for Xander previously, but I feel like the show creators weren't really sure how much Willow should like Xander. But for this episode, they bring her feelings for him front and center. In my opinion, putting Willow and Xander together doesn't quite feel right. And I do understand that love is complicated, and it can be blind, and yes, it can easily be unnoticed between close friends. So I'll wait to see if this goes anywhere and decide how I feel about it as future episodes progress. I hope this just wasn't a ploy to be used as a cheap trick to emotionally sabotage the viewers once Xander treats her bad. How this development goes, only time with future episodes will tell. One final note is that it was fun to see a different side of Nicholas Brendon's acting chops. It's the first time he gets to play something other than Xander as we know him. He has a pretty dark and sinister edge for this episode, and I have to admit that his scene with Buffy made me uncomfortable. Not just because of the subject matter itself, but his performance juxtaposed with the way his demeanor and personality has been up to this point really added to that discomfort. It's too bad that seeing this side of Xander were used for such a sucky episode. Nothing has long-term effects except for a now dead principal, and the episode ends. Thank heavens. Next.